September 12, 2025, 7:45 a.m. Jennifer Carter dropped off daughter Emma, Bright Futures Learning Center, San Diego, California. Clean facility, licensed staff, excellent reviews. Emma was 3 years old, loved her teachers, excited every morning. "Bye, Mommy. Love you." Jennifer smiled, waved, drove to work, confident her daughter was safe, learning, playing, protected. But 2 floors below playroom, in basement, Emma would never see. 12 workers packaged fentanyl, industrial operation, vacuum sealers, digital scales, plastic wrap, production line. Each worker processed 5 kilograms daily, 60 kilograms total, enough to kill 30 million people, all happening while children played above, while parents worked, while trust was absolute. For 3 years, Cartel had operated 40 daycare centers across California, Arizona, Texas. 8,000 children attended daily. Parents trusted completely. Facilities were licensed. Staff was background checked. Buildings were inspected. Everything appeared legitimate, perfect, safe. But every building hid basement operation. Every playground had dead drops built into equipment. Every naptime room counted money. 8,000 children were human shields for billion-dollar trafficking empire. Until September 2025, when FBI discovered everything and planned most emotional raid in federal history. 8,000 children at 40 daycare centers, all hiding drug operations. Comment if you think using children as shields deserves death penalty. The acquisition strategy began 2022. Sinaloa cartel studied American childcare industry, discovered vulnerability. Most daycares were small businesses, financially struggling. Owners were desperate, offered strategic purchases. Childcare Management Group appeared. Mysterious buyer, cash offers, generous prices, 40 facilities over 18 months. All accepted. Owners were relieved. Debt was resolved. Facilities were saved. Children kept care. Nobody questioned buyer identity. Fatal mistake. Childcare Management Group was shell company, registered in Delaware, owned by Cayman Islands Corporation. That corporation controlled by Mexican Trust. Trust managed by Sinaloa cartel. Purchase money came from drug proceeds. $200 million total. Was minor investment. Return would be billions. Daycares weren't businesses. Were infrastructure, strategic bases, human shields, perfect criminal real estate. Renovations began immediately after purchase. Facility improvements, officially. Upgraded playgrounds, new equipment, fresh paint. Parents were happy. But real work was underground. Construction crews excavated basements, installed soundproofing, built separate ventilation, created hidden access points, converted spaces into drug processing facilities. Cost $50 million additional. Worth it. Perfect concealment beneath children's trust. Hit like if you believe all childcare facilities should face mandatory federal inspections. Staff was replaced gradually. Original teachers were good employees, caring, professional, but new facility too well. Would notice changes, would ask questions, were terminated systematically. Budget cuts, restructuring, performance issues, all excuses, all lies. Were fired because they were honest, replaced with cartel operatives disguised as teachers. Some had actual teaching credentials, were trained educators who chose crime. Others had fake certificates, forged backgrounds, were criminals cosplaying as childcare workers. New staff ratios were strategic. 10 total employees per facility. 7 were legitimate teachers, caring, professional, loved children, didn't know about basements, never accessed, never suspected, were unknowing shields. But 3 per facility were cartel, Management, lead teacher, janitor, these had basement access, coordinated operations, managed trafficking, all while teaching toddlers colors and shapes. Children's schedules were weapon. 7 a.m. Drop-off begins. Parents arrive. Kids to classrooms. Happy, safe. 9 a.m. Morning activities. Kids playing, learning, while basement workers begin shift, start packaging, processing, working. Soundproofing prevents noise. Ventilation prevents smells. Kids never know, never hear, never see. 12 hours p.m. Lunchtime. Kids eating. Basement operations peak. Maximum production. Maximum efficiency. Kids finish lunch. Go to nap time. 1 to 3 p.m. Nap time. Critical window. Kids sleeping upstairs. Basement workers finishing daily quotas. Money counting happens now. Distribution planning. Coordination. All while toddlers dream innocently. 3 p.m. Afternoon activities. Kids wake. Play more. Parents start arriving. Pickup begins. 6 p.m. Last child leaves. Facility closes. Actually, night shift begins. Basement operations continue. Without kids above. Without parents watching. Full criminal operations. Until midnight. Then cleaning. Evidence removal. Preparing for next day. When kids return. When trust resumes. When evil hides again. Playground equipment was modified. Swing sets had hollow poles, filled with drugs. Climbers had hidden compartments, accessed at night. Slides had false bottoms. Storage spaces. All appeared normal. City inspectors saw playground equipment. Kids played happily. Was approved. Was trusted. Was completely corrupted. Naptime rooms weren't just for children. Had secondary purpose. Money counting. Cash from drug sales was delivered during operating hours, disguised as parent meetings. Vendor deliveries. Maintenance services. Brought in bags. Boxes. Cases. All containing cash. Stored in naptime rooms. Counted while kids slept. $50 bills. $100 bills. Millions. All counted on tables where kids normally napped. Evil, using innocence as shield. Too horrific or necessary exposure of childcare vulnerabilities. Comment H or N. The basement operations were industrial. Each facility processed 60 kilograms daily. 40 facilities, 2,400 kilograms daily. Over 3 years, 2,628 tons total. Street value, $130 billion. Most successful childcare-based trafficking in history. All conducted beneath toddlers learning alphabet, beneath preschoolers painting pictures, beneath children being children, while parents worked, believing kids were safe. Cartel leadership loved the system. Parents never suspect daycares. Police don't raid children's facilities. Inspectors see kids and don't look deeper. Perfect cover. Best investment we ever made. They discussed expanding, buying more daycares, eventually entire childcare networks, making trafficking infrastructure invisible behind children's smiles. Discovery came through accident. August 2025. Plumbing emergency. Bright Futures facility. Sewage backup. City sent technician. He accessed basement to check pipes. Found locked door that shouldn't exist. Building plans showed open basement. This door was new. Unauthorized. Technician was curious. Looked through gap. Saw people. Equipment. Activity that wasn't daycare related. Reported to building inspector. Inspector investigated. Called FBI. Federal investigation began. Special Agent David Park coordinated response. FBI Crimes Against Children Division. 23 years protecting kids. But daycare trafficking ring? This is worst evil I've encountered. Using children as shields. Operating beneath their innocence. Parents trust these places with most precious people. That trust was weaponized. We respond with maximum force, every resource, zero tolerance. We're saving these kids from proximity to poison. Investigation expanded rapidly. If one daycare was cartel operation, were others. Financial investigation revealed Child Care Management Group owned 40 facilities, all purchased within 18 months, all similar renovations, all suspicious. Surveillance began on all 40. Patterns emerged. Same unusual schedules, same suspicious deliveries, same locked basement access. All 40 were confirmed cartel operations. Entire network was criminal. Planning raid required extreme care. 8,000 children were involved. Couldn't raid during operating hours. Would traumatize kids, terrify parents, create chaos, but couldn't raid at night. Would miss staff, miss evidence. Solution: weekend operation. Saturday morning. Facilities were closed. No kids present. But basement operations continued. Staff worked 7 days. Perfect strike window. Strike date: September 14, 2025. Saturday, 6 a.m. Before dawn, before workers arrived. All 40 facilities would be secured. All staff arrested. All evidence seized. All simultaneously. Required 2,000 federal and state agents. Largest child care enforcement operation ever. Every facility got 50 agents. Overwhelming force. No escape. Complete success. Should daycare owners who allow trafficking face death penalty automatically? Comment Y or N. September 14th, 2025. 5:30 a.m. Final briefing. Park addressed teams nationwide via video. We're raiding places where parents trust their children's safety. That makes this most emotional operation of our careers. Execute with anger at evil, but precision in action. Protect facilities for when kids return Monday. Arrest everyone guilty. Document everything. Make case perfect. For the kids. For the parents. For justice. 6 a.m. Execution. 40 facilities. Simultaneously, SWAT teams breached locked basement doors. Found workers beginning shifts. FBI. Federal agents. Nobody move. You're under arrest. Shock. Terror. Some ran. Were caught. Some fought. Were subdued. Most surrendered. Knew futility. Knew they were finished. Basements revealed horror. Industrial packaging equipment. Tons of drugs. Money counting machines. Everything needed for major operation. All beneath where children played. All within building parents trusted. Evidence was overwhelming. Undeniable. Prosecutable. Staff arrests totaled 480 people. 40 facilities. 12 basement workers per facility. Plus 3 cartel staff members per facility working upstairs. All arrested. All charged. All facing decades. Legitimate teachers, 280 people, were unaware. Were victims. Protected. Not charged. Supported. Helped. Justice was precise. Evidence seizure was massive. 15 tons of drugs found across facilities. Production for 1 week. Plus $200 million cash. From recent sales. Equipment worth $5 million. All confiscated. Total operation value over 20 years. $130 billion, most valuable childcare-based trafficking ever shut down. If you believe cartel members who operate near children deserve death penalty, type SWAT Power. Parents were notified immediately. 8,000 families received calls. FBI agents explained, "Your daycare was cartel operation. Basement had drug processing. Your children were never in direct danger, but proximity was unacceptable. Facilities are closed pending investigation. We've arrested everyone responsible. We're processing facilities. We'll reopen Monday under federal oversight with all new management." Reactions were horror, rage, tears. I trusted them with my baby. They were operating drugs beneath my child. How could this happen? Parent meetings were held. FBI explained everything, showed evidence, answered questions, provided counseling, support groups, resources, helping families process trauma, regain trust. Federal prosecutors filed charges in multiple districts: RICO, drug trafficking, child endangerment, money laundering, using children's facilities for criminal enterprise. Enhanced penalties applied. Each cartel member faced life sentences. No exceptions. No deals. No mercy. Trials began November 2025. Lead facility manager first. Prosecution was devastating. Defendant managed daycare where 200 children attended. Parents trusted him, believed he cared about their kids. Instead, he operated drug processing beneath them, 60 kilograms daily, while toddlers napped upstairs. This is evil using innocence as shield. Death penalty is only appropriate response. Defense argued manager was just employee, followed orders, didn't harm children directly, shouldn't face maximum penalty. Prosecution destroyed this. Defendant chose to operate drugs in children's building, chose to put 200 kids at risk, chose to betray parents' trust, knew exactly what he did. Enhanced culpability. Death penalty mandatory. Guilty on all counts. Death penalty. First daycare operator sentenced to execution. Historic. Necessary. Message absolute. All 120 cartel facility managers received death penalties. Life sentences for basement workers. 20-40 years for knowing staff. Zero mercy. Perfect justice for weaponizing childhood. The 40 facilities faced difficult future. Buildings were contaminated. Drug residue everywhere. Professional decontamination required. FBI funded complete cleaning, renovation, replacement furniture. Everything needed to make safe for children again. Facilities reopened November under new ownership. Federal oversight, random inspections, permanent monitoring. Kids returned. Parents trusted again. Carefully, hesitantly, but necessarily. When final assessments complete, 480 arrests across 40 facilities, 120 sentences, 15 tons drugs seized, $200 million cash confiscated, 8,000 children protected, 280 innocent teachers shielded, complete decontamination, new ownership and oversight, zero child casualties, industry-wide reforms. This wasn't just trafficking, was betrayal of trust, of innocence, of childhood. Federal response was absolute, protected children, punished evil, reformed childcare, made daycare safe again. 3 questions to consider. When children are used as shields, should death penalty be automatic? Should all childcare facilities face permanent federal monitoring? How do we rebuild trust when innocence is weaponized? To 2,000 agents who raided those facilities, you protected 8,000 children from proximity to poison. You restored parents' trust. You proved childhood is sacred. Your precision defended innocence itself. This is SWAT Power, where daycares hide death, where children shield criminals, where federal power protects innocence, where trust is restored through justice. Subscribe because evil targets innocence and we defend it. Like if you believe daycare trafficking deserves death penalty, share if you support childcare monitoring. When childhood is weaponized, federal justice makes criminals pay with lives. SWAT Power. Facilities secured, children protected, evil executed. Every time.